Hello friends, today we are going to see the topic means power carrying devices. Few points related to the cables conductors are mentioned over here. Hope this video will be helpful for you all. Before starting the video, first and foremost thing I would like to say that hope you know the difference between overground lines and underground cables. Now let's see the video. The cable. Here the definition of the cable is given. Wires and cables are the means by which electric power is transmitted from one point to another, where the wires and cables are synonymous or they may be same. But the difference is that wires, a single wire or a bare or insulated is known as the wire, where the number of wires are used then it can be termed as the cable. But in practices, if you see the bare cable or the uninsulated wires are generally known as the wires, and the conductors covered with the insulations are termed as the cables. Friends, this point shows us a capability or a minimum criteria that your conductor need to fulfill so that you can use that conductor for the installation. The minimum criteria are conduct electricity efficiently, cheaply and safely. Its insulation should be so as to prevent the leakage current in unwanted direction, and the conductor you have selected for your installation must be able to minimize the risk of electric shock and the fire. The next is the construction of cable is given. The construction of cable for this we are generally focusing towards the underground cable. The only purpose of not using underground cable is its high initial cost. Now let's start with it. The underground cables can be employed for the transmission of power at high voltage. Consist of one central core or the number of cores. This one is a conductor core or a cable, where the conductor core can be the metal wire or the strength of the wires which can be able to carry the current. Then the next one is insulation or dielectric. Insulation and dielectric are generally used to avoid the leakage of current from the conductor. And then the protective cover. In protecting cover, there might be the different layers also. Layers such as bedding, armoring, serving. Then the conductor materials used for the cable. Those materials which are good conductor of electricity are preferred, as you all know. Along with these, many other properties are also need to be considered to choose a cable. The mostly copper and aluminiums are preferred. Here the materials, friends, as in a previous slide you had seen that the major part of the construction of a cables are formed of core, which means the inner core, where we have seen that we need a material of high conductivity. Then come to the insulation. While moving on the insulation, the certain materials need to satisfy the certain requirements in order to be used for the insulation. So first and foremost thing is to have high insulating resistance. If the material used for insulation has high resistance, it will help to avoid the leakage current. Then high dielectric strength, so that it will avoid the electrical breakdown. Then the good mechanical properties, along with that immune to attack by the acids and alkalis. And then non-hygroscopic, so that it need not to absorb any sorts of the moisture. Now friends, here are few materials used for the insulation. These are rubber, PVC, vulcanized rubber, impregnated paper. Along with this, you can use polyvinyl chloride, polythene, silk and cotton, and many other things as per the requirement. Next, this is the figure which shows a complete diagram of a cable. These are the inner core, which are known as the conductors. Then these cores are wounded with the paper insulation. After that, there is a lead sheet, then the bedding, and then armoring and then serving. These all are used for the protections. Then here are few classification of the cables. The cables are classified based on the various things according to the cable used. It can be copper, aluminum, silver. Then according to the number of cores, it can be single core, twin core, or three core or multi-core cables. You can name the cable based on their cores too. Then according to the voltage gradings may be the following types. They are low tension cable. You can see the ratings are mentioned over here. High tension cable, then super tension cable, and then extra high tension cable, and then extra super tension cables. Along with these, the cables can be classified based on the type of insulation used, such as vulcanized rubber. If you use vulcanized rubber as an insulating material, you can name the cable as a vulcanized rubber insulated cable. Then lead sheet cable, weatherproof cable. Friends, as I had told you that in underground cable, the only one demerit is its high installation cost, high initial cost. So, based on the line of underground cables, mainly there are three methods of laying the underground cable. Those are direct line, drawn-in system, and solid system. I haven't gone through these methods of the line cables. It would make our video more longer and more longer. If you want me to deal with that, you can comment in the comment section below. As the topic says, the cable faults. These are the few faults which you can see on the cable after their installation. One is our open circuit fault, short circuit fault, and earth circuit fault. Open circuit fault is that fault when there is a break in the conductor of a cable. It can be checked by the makers. And next one is our short circuit fault. Short circuit fault is the fault when two conductors of a multi-core cable come in electrical contact with each other due to the insulation failure. Then it is said to be a short circuit fault. Similarly, when the conductor of a cable comes in contact with earth, then this fault is known as the earth fault or earth circuit or ground fault. And friends, the locating fault. Once the fault has occurred, it's our duty to locate the fault. There are various tests need to be performed in order to locate these faults. They are Murray loop test, Barre loop test, Fisher loop test, and along with this there are many more tests. As you have seen in the figure, these are the terminators or cable connectors and terminators which are used to connect a cable end to a piece of equipment or other cable. The cable terminations are designed and installed to interconnect two cable ends both electrically and physically, and also known as splices. These are also known as the splices. And in the next figure, over here you can see the splicing is done where two conductors are being joined with the suitable connectors. And friends, mostly these splicings needs to be done when the supplied length of the cable is not sufficient to perform the intended job, or the cable gets failed, or cable damaged after installation, or a tap into an existing cable. Generally, these splicings are avoided, but sometimes these splicings are considered as economic too. As the figure is showing busway. Friends, this is the method which are mostly used in the industrial distribution systems to conduct electrical energy, which include heavy conductors run in trays or conduits. These busways are the system consisting of bus bars in a protective enclosures including straight lengths fitting devices. These are our conduits, which include bus bars. The major advantage of these busways are power can be supplied to any area of the building by connecting standard length of the busway, and these are easier to install and can be used in a wide variety of applications. Also can be used in a complex industry plants, data centers, offices, and generally these busways are classified or installed depending on the installations. They can be horizontal or vertical. Also, Based on their application, they can be the feeder busway or plug-in busway. We won't go deal more with this. Thank you. Friends, hope this video is helpful for you. If you want to deal with more topics, you can comment on the comment section below. Thank you. Have a good day.